Whoa! Hello, beautiful bookish people. My name is Hannah, and fun fact about me, I love jean jackets.
Yep, that's me.
So today is kind of a fun day because we're going to recommend you books based on the different jean jackets that I own. I'm just gonna forewarn you, we're probably gonna get a little sentimental. We're gonna go down that memory lane. Why do I feel like that old YouTuber? We're gonna go down that memory lane. So I'm just gonna let you know, we're about to get sappy. Okay. Oh my gosh, hello. Whoa. So, this is the first ever jean jacket that I bought in high school. It's very like custom designed. I like sewed these little itty bitty patches myself. They like are filled with pins on my like trips to Disney World and like weird random stuff that I probably got along the way. And I just remember wearing this every day and it becoming my personality. This is kind of the jacket that instilled my like love. I feel like it informed the patches and the pins for what would become later down the line of a staple of a Hannah Hansen jean jacket. So the book I want to recommend you is actually The Penderwicks, which is like my childhood favorite book that I don't talk about enough, but it truly has informed me as a reader. It's just about 4 sisters, one summer, and figuring out life and like romantic relationships and like boundaries and all that stuff. It's the classic everyday book like that's filled with like drama and heartwarming characters that I think I'm still looking for today. When I think about this book, it really has informed what I'm looking for in like books today. Just like a character study, like people just living their everyday lives and trying to figure out what it is to be alive. Oh my gosh, why am I like the main guy from Company? Being alive.
As frightened as you of being alive.
I don't know what it is about this spot that makes my like musical theater nerd come out. Maybe it's the jacket, but for that case, I'm taking it off now. Next! I can't drop it. Jacket numero dos. This is one of my favorite jackets because I have such fond memories with it. This is, fun fact, the jacket I brought to Bookcon, and it is custom made. Are you ready? Boom! We know our brand. That's why we eat apples every day. I don't know. But yes, fun fact about this jacket, Emma Books did compliment it. I'm sure she has no recollection of it, but for me, it's instilled in my brain forever. So, I didn't want to overdo this jacket. I feel like the statement piece is enough. We got it custom designed from Levi's to the point, but it is tailored and custom designed for me. So what is the book we have assigned to this jacket that you should read? Pretend to be surprised. It's Places No One Knows by Brenna Yovanoff. Brenna Yovanoff, this is the first book that I felt spoke to my high school experience. It talks about clique culture, it talks about first romances and what it means to kind of romanticize your life and what that does to your reality. I don't know what else to say about this book. I love it. And it feels like one of those books that was custom made for me. It has everything I could have ever wanted. It has like high school cliques and like a Mean Girls aesthetic, but also a main character with insomnia. But yes, Places No One Knows. Pretend to be shocked. So, bye. Jacket number 3. This is one of my favorite thrift store finds. I remember just like living my days in Texas. Just like living like one of those endless summer days, roaming around thrift stores, drinking iced coffee, and on the last and final thrift store that we entered, I found this like pretty, literally 90s Disney jacket. When I think about this jacket, I just associate it with like summer and days of doing nothing with your friends, drinking too much iced coffee. So the book that like I think captures that like 3-month period of like doing nothing, wanting to do something and then doing nothing. So the book that encapsulates that is gonna surprise you. It's actually The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. There's like a good section of that book where our main protagonist, Theo, is just playing cards with his friend Boris in like, what is it, Arizona? It's like somewhere like hot and desert. That feels right in my Donna Tartt soul. But I think that is one of the only books that I feel like encapsulates like day after day after day of kind of just doing nothing in the summer. Like I feel like in high school, that's like when I always like picked up The Sims. That's when I played like Club Penguin, because it just gave me something to do when I had literally nothing going on. And I feel like Donna Tartt captures that piece, or at least she tries to like capture summer and like kids doing nothing. And that's why that section is so long. So if you read that book and it's so long, I'm so sorry. That's just summer to me. So, all right, jacket number 4. This is one of my favorite jackets to show like, hey, I'm cultured. Because it is the jacket that I bought on my like after high school like European trip. It has like all these like cool buttons from each place that I've gone, and like on the back you have all of these patches of like all the different places I went to on that one trip. Some of them are even like my grandparents' patches from like when they went to Europe, and it feels like a multi-generational jacket. I like literally got this in like an Italian thrift shop. It like has so many like fond cool memories attached to it. It's like this vintage like Levi denim. So the book that I kind of want to recommend for this jacket is My Year Abroad, which is a book I just read and absolutely loved, because like it has that kind of concept of how vacations and how like different times of your life can impact your present day. Like there's this beautiful quote at the beginning of the book that basically says something along the lines of like, people who say you should live for the present haven't actually, because if you do, you'll want to stay there forever, right? Because it just talks about how different occurrences in your life inform who you are as a person, and it's beautiful, and how like memories can just impact who you are as a person. So you're taking like that aspect of what you remember from your trip and placing it in your present day or your future. I'm such a sentimentalist. I'm so sorry. Like the amount of times I like think of like moments from that trip and how it kind of does inform my present day, whether if it's just like I want to order an Americano because I had a really good Americano abroad, or whatever it is. It's so true, and I feel like that book kind of captures like what I associate with that trip. So good. So I'm gonna move on. I feel like I've gotten the point across. So okay, so we're gonna switch it up. We got some black denim because I can't have a closet full of blue denim, but this one is gonna take a while to explain, so I'm sorry. So we have this like Reputation era patch of when she came to Dallas. So we have like my grandpa's like military patches down here, and this is also vintage NASA patch, because like I lived in Houston, and yes, I did go to space camp, which informs the back as it's really beautiful, which is like encompasses all of the like Apollo trips that we've taken from NASA to space and all that stuff. So I grew up in Houston, which means like I kind of went to NASA on a regular basis, and so this jacket I kind of associate like with my friend's wedding who got married, and I had to go back to Houston for like the first time in like, I don't know, 5 years or so, and just like what it was like going back to a place you remembered so fondly and it not being what you remember. Like being a 22-year-old and being like, wow, this is not what I remember when I was 13 and going to space camp. So like it's weird, I associate it with like Taylor and this Reputation era and like New Chapter. Your memories don't line up with what you remember from the past, if that makes sense. So the book I would recommend for this like really cool black denim jacket is Goes to Grab Book. Still Life with Tornado by A.S. King. So this book is about this like young artist who is trying to grapple with individualism. She wants to be completely original, have a new idea, and in the process, because it's A.S. King and absurdism, she kind of interacts with different versions of herself. So she has like, I think, an 8-year-old version and like a 22-year-old version and like a pre-pubescent teen version of herself, and they all kind of interact in the story in a different way. And so I think this jacket is just really like a perfect fit for this book, because it shows how it's okay for your past to be idealized. Like that's what it's meant for. Kind of just have to let the past be the past, and like some of it can inform your current day reality, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I don't know how else to explain it. This book is beautiful. Going back to your childhood summer camp is not fun. I do not recommend it, but I do recommend this book. So moving on. This is the second to last jacket I'm going to give you. I forgot the book. I'm so sorry. The Unprofessionalism. This one is special to me, okay? I'm sorry in advance because it is my grandma's. And it's actually one of the only like items of clothing I have from like my dad's side of the family. And it feels like I'm like Chessie from The Parent Trap, and I'm like good vibes and like funky and artsy. But it does have that like sentimental attachment. Like I don't think I can get rid of it, even if like I don't think it suits me well. But wearing like your grandma's clothes is such a specific thing that I never thought it would ever like happen in a book until I read Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. Surprisingly, our main protagonist, Violet, his grandma, has recently passed, and the only way she feels like she can still interact with her is by wearing her clothes. And like I probably wear my grandma's clothes like every other week or something like that, and it's like this sentimental, there's like this physical thing that you can still touch, and I never thought I would see that in a book until I read Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. It's so good. I love this book. It's so underrated. Like it's very like cheesy early 2000s, but like for just the right amount of sentimentalism. And like if you love going to the grocery store, I know that's random, but this book is 100% for you. But before we conclude this video, I do want to show you my last project because I think it's really cool. So if you'll give me a minute. All right, scene change. We're in my room as of right now, but this is the last quote unquote last jean jacket I'll probably own because I just have too many, as you can probably tell by this video. But this one's really special because it has all of my like original Girl Scout patches on that I was in like as a child. A fun fact, I was a Girl Scout, and even more funner of a fact, I'm sorry, whoa, I keep spinning. I was a Girl Scout Gold Award, so lifetime member over here. I don't know, I associate like scouting with like going camping and like sitting outside on a bench just talking about your requirements you need for a patch and like selling cookies. But the kind of book that I want to recommend to you for this like Girl Scout themed jacket is Lumberjanes, the first volume. I've only read volume 1, but I was so surprised with how cute and good it was. It like takes so many of like those old tropes about scouting and kind of subverts them. In fact, they go to like a boys' side of the camp, and like they're super into cooking while the girls are into wilderness. It like takes like these well-known things about scouting and just plays around with it in a really fun and cool way. But yeah, that's kind of been this like jean jacket tour. I don't know what else to say. Thank you for watching. I love you. You're doing great. Keep at it. And I will see you next time. Keep reading and all that jazz. Yep, that's me. Cut to intro. I have to burp. I'm so sorry. I'm just talking way too fast. Alright. Whoa. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to spin. Hello? So young and pretty. Bees! Like, they go to a... I'm so sorry about the smoke alarm.